Welcome back to WTCA TV. We are here live streaming from Bengaluru, India at the 54th Annual Global Business Forum hosted by the World Trade Centers Association. My name is Laurel Burton, and I am honored and pleased to have a guest by my side, Abhay Garg, Head and Chief Mentor of Brigade REAP.
Hi, Laurel. Thank you for hosting me.
You're welcome. How did I do?
Oh, you did great.
Right?
I must admit, it was great start. Yeah.
And I have room to grow.
Yes. No. Yes. We always, all of us have room to grow, but I think you did a fantastic job.
May I ask about your name? We were just chatting about it before we went live. The meaning of your name.
So Abhay it's a Hindi word. It stands for the fearless one. And I think I do try to live up to my name most of the time. So yeah, it's been a fearless journey, and we stay fearless all the time, I think.
Well, talk about a perfect theme for us to jump into.
Sure.
So you are fearless in this new Accelerator program.
Yes.
Tell me about REAP. What does it stand for?
Sure.
Tell me about your role and what you are endeavoring to do.
Sure. So REAP stands for Real Estate Accelerator Program, and as the name suggests, we are part of the Brigade Group. We have been seeded and founded, and with a vision from the chairman and the joint managing director, Nirupa, who started REAP 7 years back with the vision to propel innovation in the real estate sector. So we are focused in the urban tech space at REAP, mentoring companies over the last 7 years. Having done so, we have now a portfolio of 70 companies across sustainability, construction technology, now with companies in AI, augmented reality, virtual reality. With the intent to propel innovation, as I said, in the urban tech space. And the idea is to move into a more sustainable and a more creative and a more productive way of doing construction, building construction and selling apartments and selling real estate, right? We are very excited with the program that we have run so far in the last 7 years. We have also made certain exits from our portfolio companies. I've just got off the strategy session for Brigade REAP for the next couple of years, where our idea is to continue to do acceleration with the companies, but also to make investments selectively in certain companies, so expand our scope of services and work that we are doing, and also to take our portfolio into the wider audience, which includes getting them business with other developers,
Right.
Implementing the solutions not just in India but overseas as well, partnering with developers, with architects, with investors, with academia, going forward, and sharing our learnings and expanding the scope of the work that the companies are doing both in India and overseas.
Wonderful. There's a lot to unpack there. So let me ask you a couple questions, if I may. First of all, can you kind of give me examples of in what way you are helping accelerate them? So maybe you can give me an example of the work you do in the mentoring.
Sure. So we have a very programmatic approach where we run 2 cohorts in a year. Each cohort is 5 companies, a program of 16 weeks. This program consists of both technical sessions and mentoring sessions and stakeholder engagement. Right now, let me give you a little bit of flavor of each. Right. So when I look at technical sessions, we bring on board experts from within Brigade and outside to deliver sessions around finance, around HR, around leadership, around sales and marketing. We do stakeholder sessions with, again, experts within Brigade and outside, where we help them solve problems around the the product market fit, the problem solution fit for the business that they are conducting. So these are generally companies which are either pre-revenue or very early revenue in their journey, and hence their business models are still evolving.
Right.
And that's where the mentoring piece comes in, where we have mentors assigned who are, again, industry experts, one of them being myself, as a mentor to one of the companies. And we help them think through their business model and the challenges. We also then help organize proof of concept or POCs and MVPs for live sites, whether within the Brigade group or outside, right? So we have developed a very and a very strong network of developers, architects, contractors, investors, academia, to help startups at this stage get at least one or both of these, which is business and or funding.
Right.
And so far, if with our numbers, 45% of our companies have gone on to raise follow-on rounds in excess of $40 million. They have seen revenue jump of more than 4x after the accelerator program. 20% of our companies make revenues now from overseas markets, right? So for us, the objective parameter for judging our success or success for us is more business and more funding post acceleration for these companies.
Those are wonderful statistics, and
Right.
clearly you're enjoying success. And you mentioned that the next step here is that international growth. I would imagine that's how the WTCA and a partnership here comes into play. Can you tell me a little bit about how you're working together?
Right. So, couple of our companies have already worked with the WTC here in India, doing installations in existing facilities around conservation. We've a company which is doing energy conservation by installing air filtration sensors, which not just do sensory sensing the air quality, but also helping conserve energy by speaking to the HVAC or the AC systems, right? I'm getting a little technical here, but that's the fun part where the technology is advanced enough to do a heat sensing and hence regulate the temperature within the establishment and hence conserve energy. And I think these are examples of companies or models which can be easily replicated across the globe, across WTC, construction globally, and including with commercial or even residential install works which are already in place in other countries. You don't need to just apply it to a new construction, but you can retrofit
Right.
or new fit in an existing construction, right? So these are some of the examples of the ability of a portfolio to go overseas
Right.
and work with both existing construction and new construction in the space, as I said, of sustainability and construction technology.
Which is wonderful. And what I'm hearing here is I see a marriage between these real estate oriented sectors and the opportunity to facilitate trade. So it sounds to me as if you are leveraging two sides of the WTCA, the World Trade Centers that are in need of these kinds of organizations, but also helping build out their force in these various countries. Tell me more.
Sure. Yeah. No, I think as you rightly said, there's a marriage in the trade with trade solutions, not for WTC installations, investment opportunities for both the developers and WTC to take exposure in some of these innovations that we are looking very closely at and working day in day out. And hence, I think there are various levels of partnerships which I'm already exploring with some of our members, which includes taking these solutions for a go-to market. As I said, the installations in existing construction and in new construction, looking at investment opportunities from these companies, from the WTC into our startups. Also, at a very we're trying to be courageous here by saying, is there a possibility where we can even replicate the accelerator program in some other geographies and the playbook itself, right? I think there is a lot of innovation happening elsewhere and outside as well, which is also more relevant or somewhat more relevant to those geographies. Is there a possibility where we can share our learnings of running an accelerator program in a programmatic way with some of the other geographies and create more reaps in let's say Portugal, in a Brazil, in a Gibraltar? I think that possibility is very real. I say it's real. It's also because we are in the process of exploring some of these partnerships as I speak, and hence I'm very excited. I'm very encouraged that with this event we might set the ball rolling on some of these partnerships.
Well, that's exciting story there, and good news as well. So as we close out our interview, what's next?
So I think at REAP, as I said, we will in the next couple of years focus on three verticals, which is the core is the accelerator program. We are also building an investment portfolio. We have only started this activity a couple of years back, recognizing the opportunity to invest in some of these companies, in addition to accelerating them, in addition to taking them to market. We already have a very small portfolio of 5 companies, but I want to grow it to at least 10 to 20 companies in the next 2 years. And I think with partnerships around the corner, we will have the capital. I think there is no paucity of capital for good ideas, and hence I think there is that fearlessness in pursuing that ambition for Brigade and for REAP. And on the third front, we will continue to work aggressively and extensively with our existing portfolio to take them to newer markets and generate business for them with other developers, with other geographies, both existing construction and new construction. So that's what's next for us. We live in exciting times for the real estate industry, and the marriage of tech and real estate. I think was long overdue. We have spent 7 years making it happen, and now I think it's beginning to happen. And with events like this, and with the exchange of ideas and potential business opportunities, I think we are just beginning to make it bigger and more global.
Wonderful, wonderful. And for anyone that wants to contact Brigade REAP, how do they get in touch with you?
Very easy. Apart from, of course, coordinates on the website, I can be reached on my email, abhaygarg at brigadereap.com. I am available on my handheld very easily. My number is 99877 No qualms about that. So please feel free to reach out to any of us on the team, on the website. Write to us, call us, email us. We are very happy to help. We are very happy to help even if you're not a part of the accelerator, you want to join the accelerator, you want to be considered for investment, you want to be considered for a go-to market, anything in the spectrum, as far as you are urban and tech and real estate and tech, the doors of Brigade REAP are absolutely open for you.
Wonderful. Abhay, it has been a pleasure to understand more about Brigade REAP, and I want to thank you for joining WTCA TV today.
Thank you, Laurel, and absolute pleasure.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode of WTCA TV. Stay tuned as we have more insights and opportunities to learn more from the many delegates and leaders here at the Global Business Forum. Thank you. My name is Laurel Burton, signing off.
Thank you.